Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's second topic, collusion at its finest. Look. Guys, you know what's crazy about everything? I tell you guys that the entities that are the NBA, the NFL, NHL, whatever else it is, they do what they think is in the best interest of themselves. They don't care if it's fair. They don't even care that it's right. They don't care if they have to silence somebody, fire somebody, make somebody a scapegoat. They're going to do what they feel protects their brand. And this is why I try to tell everybody, if you did not know about the Luka situation, if you go back to the videos when I covered it, I said Luka was traded for ratings. The NBA knows the two biggest teams, Celtics and Lakers. If they're doing well, then the league is doing well, right? But to get a player like that, nobody's going to give him up. They're like, yo, he's the future of our franchise. So you have to make sure that you put in contingency plans and plans in the other way to say, okay, if you do this for us, we'll do this for you. And it comes down to this. If you have not heard, the Dallas Mavericks have won the number one pick in the NBA lottery. Now, there was a 1.4% chance for them to win it. I want you to understand that. There was a 1.4% chance of the Dallas Mavericks doing this. And somehow they got it done. They got it done, right? And what makes this even more magical, let me tell you why. Because they also got the number one pick in the WNBA also. Yeah. You're not that lucky, bro. You're not. You are not. To win the number one pick in both the W and the NBA, no. And this goes, so, you know, Dallas fans right now, they're okay with losing Luka. And they're like, oh, Luka, we miss you, but Cooper Flag, AD, and Kyrie do the nay-nay. They're okay with it now. Luka's crying. He's like, I lost out on money. I got to play in Los Angeles where they take away more of my money. I can't play in Dallas where I invested a lot of my money. It's nasty. Where I got a company with all the Dallas honeys. Got to start all over again. So I tell you, bro. Remember, Texas housing is a lot less than Cali. You could have a 10,000 square foot home for $100 million. For $100 million. That's Texas. And there's no state taxes. So he's lost a considerable amount of money. But they're okay with that. Why? Because they needed his presence in Los Angeles to revitalize the Lakers moving forward. And to compete with the Celtics moving forward. And this goes back to something I've been saying for a while. Right? When the Lamar stuff had came up, and everyone said it wasn't collusion, it's because, you know, these teams knew the Ravens would match them and everything else. If Patrick Mahomes right now had the same thing, every team would try to do whatever it was to persuade him from his team. They hide behind these subtle lies because they're so big and they have so many people working for them that these little lies, you know, will work. Everything else becomes nothing short of, hearsay. Forgot that one line where they use, when you're like discussing aliens and everything, you know the word that I'm talking about to describe it. And that's all it becomes. Falls at the wayside of truth. And now we're looking at how everything is played out. Now do y'all believe? Because once again, like I said at the beginning of this episode, and I've been saying for a multitude of episodes, these leagues do what they feel is in the best interest of themselves. If, mind you, context, if Lamar would have got that, it would have solidified fully guaranteed contracts for quarterbacks. They didn't want that. So what they did was they screwed Lamar to get something that they wanted. Just like they screwed Luka to get what they wanted. Because the sport is bigger than an individual athlete. They will always say that. And in all honesty, it's true. There's only few athletes that you can argue were bigger than the sport. Tom Brady wasn't even bigger than the sport. Football, because of the helmets, makes sure that the players got to be bigger than the sport. But Michael Jordan, you could argue, was bigger than the sport itself. I mean, let's be real. Muhammad Ali in boxing. Been very few, but there has been some that just outgrow their own industry. Michael Jackson for music, Michael Jordan for basketball, right? They outgrow their sport. You could drop them anywhere, and they've outgrown the constraints of their own sport. And Lamar Jackson is not that, because football doesn't allow the players to do that. And Luka definitely was never that. So this is what comes down the pike from all those things. But it still, once again, strengthens the argument that there was collusion. Because these teams will do what it takes to benefit themselves. And I've said this before. They don't care. What are you going to say as fans or anything else? People aren't going to come to into agreement. We can't agree with nothing in this country. If everyone came to an agreement and said, okay, we're going to boycott you, then maybe there would be change, right? But because they know that the people are so divided on every single aspect, and social media greatly intensifies the fraction of groups or constructs or beliefs, the fracturing of it, then they're going to keep doing it. So no one should be surprised about this. On top of it, the NBA changed what they were so that they could pull stuff like so if the FBI went on into it and they found out that they rigged it, right? They're allowed to. They have put themselves in an entertainment company. So they can do whatever it takes or whatever they believe is for the betterment of entertainment. On the basis of that. Go look at them if you don't believe me. Trying to tell people, man, that's the backdoor shady deals that I be talking about. People be talking about I'm crazy, I'm losing my mind, whatever else it is. This is what it is. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. And that's why I keep trying to tell people, this is what we're stuck with. But now, Dallas Mavericks have risen from the grave because now they got the number one pick in Cooper Flag to pair with an AD and a Kyrie. They're going to get a title in the next 3 years. Let's do that now. Dallas is going to get a title in the next 3 years. They have the players for draft. They could trade. Let's say right now they wanted to unload AD. There's a strong chance they can go get Giannis now. Giannis is still young. Young enough. They have enough to go get Giannis. It's nasty work, bro. Nasty work. NBA and all these, oh my God, professional sports teams, organizations, nasty work. But what do you guys think? Were you surprised that the Dallas Mavericks got the number one pick in the WN in the NBA? And does it further cement the collusion that was said and told about the Lamar contract situation? Let me know what you think down in the comments, please. All right? But as always, that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. And now we get down, we have fun, and we laugh. With everything we talk about, we do what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, guys. You know all of the comments. And if you haven't already done so, check out the Wunderkind Morning Show. Yes, live Monday through Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m., where we cover all sports and hot topics. We're probably going to talk about this tomorrow also. And we also do nostalgia trivia at the end of every show, where we cover topics from the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, with a smile on your face. So be there or be squared. Okay? Also, if you'd like to donate to the channel, help out with equipment and stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR codes to a Cash App. Cash App is located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is $, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But that's the episode of The Wonder Kid Show. This show is Nectar signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yeah. Shaboing boing.
Finish him, Dad.